Good morning, my YouTubers, and welcome to another video. So today we're going to talk about awareness, and kind of want to ask you, I did my short, if you guys are aware of yourself. I kind of explained that and what I mean, but I'll reiterate it here. So when I ask you if you're aware of yourself, what I'm asking is, are you aware of how you think? Are you aware of how you react to different situations? And are you aware of what you're doing on a daily basis? It's very important to become aware of oneself, and I would beg to argue that majority of individuals never actually become aware of themselves. They kind of just drift through life and allow the world to just kind of move and blow them around. Basically, they kind of just react to situations automatically because of what they've been taught, things that they've learned from family and friends, and never really try to change any of that. So they never really become aware of who they are as a person, right? They just continue life the way that the world says that they need to do it. And for me, I think that's a very dangerous thing for really anybody to be doing, especially individuals who do want to work on their mental health and to become a better person in the long run. This could be for family, or it could just be for yourself. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm becoming better for myself, and I know in the long run it'll be better for my family, but I have to work on myself first. But I was very unaware of who I was as a person for, a long time. We're talking 34 years. And it wasn't until the past year that I really became aware of who I am as a person, because I had a pretty big wake up call. I went to jail and I had some time in there to think. I was very angry. But once that anger kind of suppressed and I started dealing with it, I became aware of who I was as a person and the things that I needed to work on. And once I did that, I started really thinking about my past traumas and what was going on in my mind, right? And I found that a lot of the stuff that was going on in my mind really wasn't even my own thoughts. It was stuff that I had learned from, say, my parents or teachers or, some friends that I had. And it was stuff that they had said to me, and then I made it a part of my life because uh, when I heard it, it sounded like a good idea. But as time goes on, we all have to move on. We all have to mature and become who we are as individuals. And this isn't really something that is taught. Nobody really taught me about it. Fortunately, I was able to find a good group of individuals who kind of do the same thing. They found who they are as people, and they changed, just how they act, how they talk, what they do, how they think. They really, really changed. And you can tell just by what they do on a daily basis, and they listen to you instead of trying to just interrupt and put their opinion in. Like, they're really open. So this is how I became. And that, in general, really is kind of what this channel is about. It's about mental health, right? So becoming aware of yourself is probably one of the very first steps. Maybe it's like second or third step, really. But to really understand who you are, how you think, and to really start working on yourself, but become aware of yourself, become aware of what you're doing with your life, and become aware of maybe where you want to go in life and how you want to change the things that you really want to change. But the only way that you're going to be able to do that is to become aware of who you are and what you've gone through. And you're going to have to work through it. There's just no way around it. If you don't work through situations, then you're just going to keep repeating same patterns, right? And that's what we don't want to continue repeating those patterns, because we're never changing, we're never evolving, we're not maturing if we keep just continuing the same actions over and over and over again. So like I said, become aware. you know, maybe think about who you are, think about what's in your mind, and it's gonna dig some stuff up, and that's okay. You know, if you need to get counseling, I had to get counseling. I still probably need counseling, honestly. And I, as a person, am trying to become a counselor because I truly care about those that are around me. And, you know, the sooner that you're able to do this, the better it would be. You know, if somebody's able to become aware of themselves when they're in their 20s rather than in their 30s, then that's going to kind of set them apart from everybody else who is around them at that time in their life. You know, if I had done this when I was 24 years old, I would be much further ahead in life than I am right now. But that just wasn't the right time for me, and I'm not angry about it at all. But again, like I said, just think about becoming aware of yourself. Think about what you're doing with yourself. Think about how you're thinking about situations. And maybe the next time that you find yourself in a situation with a person, like really try to become aware of what's in your mind, how you're responding to it in your mind. And if it's in a negative way, you're responding to something, maybe take a step back and try to understand why you're thinking that way. It may not even be your own thought. It might be somebody else's thought that you learned years ago, all right? Because that happens a lot. I mean, we just aren't really taught about it. You know, you can read some stuff about it. That's what I did. But nobody in general tells you that kind of stuff. It's kind of just I don't think many people really think about it, honestly. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe and like and share if you would. Have a blessed day.